Hey Simlies, it's Deligracy here, and I'm really excited about this speed build because it is for Barbie. It is Barbie's dream house. And being a fan of Barbie while I was growing up, I don't know, I just had like a hoot of a time making this, so it was really, really fun. And I really do hope that you guys enjoy it, maybe as much as I did, hopefully, because I don't know, it was a good time. Now, anyways, we are beginning by getting the general shape of the house, and I wanted it to be symmetrical in its shape or form, but then asymmetrical, I guess, once we start figuring out what each room is. And one of the wings on the house actually turned into a balcony, so it looks a little bit different. It's not like super duper symmetrical, but it has that basic idea. But there's this entrance room, and it has a nice grand staircase, or as grand as you can make it in The Sims 4, a nice double one going up the center of the entrance room. And then we have a balcony with glass around it so you can peer down, because I felt like Barbie, when she gets into her glitzy glam dresses and whatnot, and then walks down the stairs to meet Ken at the bottom to go on a date, she needed to have a really awesome staircase. So that's why I did that. But yeah, the house that I'm building, the dream house for Barbie is usually more of a traditional looking house, but I decided to make it a bit more modern. I guess it's a bit 60s mod in a way. You get the feel, or 50s rather. And I don't know, it was just fun. It's a merge of a bit of retro with current day things, and I think that's quite appropriate for Barbie because she's been around and played with for I guess my parents, myself, and then I reckon she's going to still be around for when the time comes in the faraway future, a very faraway future, when I have kitties, because I'm going to definitely buy them Barbies because Barbie is just a good time. But anyway, you can see here that the house is taking form, and we've got a nice balcony over there with a little patio area, and with these columns I wanted glass columns, so I've just put walls and then stuck windows in them to kind of get that effect, and they look really nice with plants inside, so I actually do fully close off a couple of those columns. Here where all the windows are being placed on the right, that is going to be her indoor pool. I wanted that to be really, really big, like really, I wanted the ceiling to be super duper high, like 2 stories high, so you can look down into the pool area from upstairs. Because the living area is actually going to be on the upstairs section. Usually I do living areas downstairs and bedrooms upstairs, but you know what? It's Barbie and she is going to have a super fancy house. So it's pretty cool. You go up the staircase, you can see the indoor pool from the 2nd level if you peer down over the balustrade. So you know what? Barbie's a pretty snazzy lady. I also have released a CAS for Barbie as well. You can go watch that too. I'll link it in the description down below if it's not there. It'll be somewhere else on my channel if you're interested. But Barbie was really hard to make as a sim. Like, I had a tough time doing that. I don't know why, but her face was just difficult to make perfect, I guess. Here we are making the glass columns again. This is going to be the back of the house, and it opens up onto a nice big outdoor pool, and then there's going to be a bar there and gym equipment as well, because she's gonna stay in form, Barbie, because she's pretty tiny. She must work out crazily, because I believe her organs would actually be carried in a paper bag with her if she was a real human, because she is so small they wouldn't fit, which is pretty creepy. Anyways, my phone just went off, but apologies. But the house was going to have this top level, like this top bit, but I felt it looked a little bit too high up, a little bit too commercial, so I actually get rid of that, and we take it down a level, which I think just looks a bit better. Also, putting these, I guess, finishes around the house, what would you call that? The rimming around the windows, I don't know the terminology, but whatever that is was such a pain, because in Sims 4, of course, there is a new feature where everything you build is kind of built in rooms. So your house is sectioned off into portions called rooms, and then that allows you to be able to move entire rooms and push and pull them, which is really handy. But when your room isn't constructed as a full room, and then you want to put these decorative things around it, it won't actually allow you to place that until you've combined all the rooms so they all fit perfectly and stuff. And oh, it was just really annoying. But then we get it done in the end, so I think we're almost there. You can see I'm using fences to bring or join the rooms, so we can pop that extra decoration on. The above part of the roof where there's grass, we actually do get rid of that and we put some stone on top of there instead of a grass roof. And of course I decided it was a great idea to have pink on the exterior because hello, there's going to be a lot of pink in this house because it's Barbie, and a lot of white as well. So we go with the pink weatherboards and then white tiles at the very front portion of the house. But yeah, I was trying putting some different colors on the exterior. This is probably the part where I'm just trying out anything and everything that's vaguely pink in the wallpaper section. But I think what we choose was the best thing, at least for Barbie. But this would be a really fun house to renovate for the average person. So if you took away all the pink, even just using the swatch tool, just changing all the furniture colors and whatnot, that would be a pretty good challenge. So it's not as Barbie-like, because I could see myself playing Sims in this house that aren't pink Sims or pink-loving Sims. But yeah, this is the roof. It's got a nice green look about it, which I think goes perfectly with the pink because it's pastel. And then we're about to do a bit of landscaping. I did enjoy putting these square fountains around the place at the front. I think it looks kind of fun and funky. And oh, one thing that keeps happening throughout this entire build is a lot of objects are going to delete themselves. That is happening in The Sims 4 a lot. I think it's from the ability to be able to scale up items. They tend to delete surrounding items or themselves. So you'll see a lot of things disappear throughout this. If I don't notice it for a while, I usually come back to it at some point in the build and then replace it. But just as a heads up, that does happen. Putting in lots of palm trees, that's a reference to Malibu Barbie, because she does need a lot of palm trees around the place. And then we have these gorgeous, I love these gorgeous hedge archways that they put in the game. I think that's got to be one of my favorite items, actually. So we kind of add these nice little garden areas, I suppose, around the house. And those ferns that we were just placing in then, they look really plasticky, I think. So I thought that was perfect for the Barbie house. So I try and use a lot of those. I actually use some of them indoors because we do have a few indoor garden areas too. But there's definitely a bit of a plasticky feel about it, which is obviously deliberate. And it's interesting because a lot of the Sims 4 graphics, they're not meant to be realistic. The Sims is never really realistic. It's a simulation of real life in an animated form. It's got a cartoony sense about it. So building a Barbie house is actually really, really fun with these graphics, because it does have that bit of a plasticky look about it, which is kind of cool. I did put some trees in the columns as well here. Bit fancy. And I've got to say, I know I reference this movie a lot on YouTube, or I at least have a couple of times already, but there's this film called Down with Love, and it's got to be one of my favorite films ever. It's got Renee Zellweger in it, and it's based in the late 50s, early 60s, and it's a highly, highly stylized film in terms of its aesthetics and its kind of stage and costuming. And this house reminds me so much of it because there's a lot of pink and white that they give Renee Zellweger, and now I just really want to watch that movie. I really do. I do recommend it. It's a good one. It is a good time if you like, actually I think I've watched it with a guy before and he really liked it and he was quite a boy's boy, so I wouldn't say it's just a chick flick at all. But we're pretty much almost finishing off all of this. I think I enjoyed putting some glass fencing amongst the hedges, but I know some of you guys are going to look at that and be like, that just looks weird, Deli. Just what are you doing? Easy enough to change if you want to download it. It will be up on the gallery. I think it's already up there. Making the wallpapers all different colors. So the pool area, obviously we go a pool blue wallpaper because I just thought that was nice. And then we're kind of going peachy colors, lots of pink tiles, just having a good time. And I also found that my game crashed 3 times during this actually, which is really, really weird because I haven't had any issues with crashing in The Sims 4 yet. And I believe it was every time I tried to put in the lights. So that was a bit weird. I'm not sure if it was like a lighting thing in the game. It kind of made it freak out or something. But how I did fix it, if you guys have these issues at all with crashing, delete the cache files in the Sims 4 folder. Make sure you copy it and paste it somewhere so if your game doesn't work, you can just retrieve those files again. But yeah, I just deleted the cache files and, restarted the game, of course, because it was frozen. And it was all good to go. All good to go. So that's good. But I do save like a million times during this because of that reason. So when you keep seeing save popping up, that's the reason why. This is the entrance room we're working on, and we've just got some nice chairs going on here. We wait until the end to put artwork in the entrance room because I wanted to use the Buy Debug cheat, which has some extra paintings in it. There's a really good tutorial on the Sim Supplies channel on how to get to your Buy Debug mode or to show those items. So I do that at the end. And then these pink carpets, I really, really liked them, but they seemed too pink for the peachy walls. So I think I get rid of them towards the end of this. And we just keep them white. Sometimes, even for Barbie, too much pink or different shades of pink that don't go together can be too much. So we do get rid of those. Popping some tissues and clutter items around the place and flamingos because hello, Barbie's gonna have pink flamingos everywhere. The pink flamingos are my other favorite item of all time in the Sims franchise. Just as a bit of trivia, I do like them a lot. But I was also thinking about who Barbie is when I was building this house. Like, what kind of personality does Barbie have? And it's really interesting because I think, like, she does have a persona in, I guess, the media. Like, everyone sees Barbie in a certain way that's constructed by the Barbie company, I guess, or the Barbie name. But at the same time, I think playing with Barbies when you were little, you kind of gave her your own personality with your imagination. I was kind of imagining her as a Sim, what kind of Sim she would be. And I decided that she's super duper materialistic and like super duper girly, obviously. And probably not the nicest Sim going around town, and maybe a little bit ditzy as well. But I feel like she would be, this is my opinion, I feel like she would be acting really ditzy, but underneath she's actually kind of a little bit evil. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'd be interested to hear in the comments down below, like, how you perceive Barbie or how you think, like, what do you think her personality is? Because I see her as a bit evil and a ditz on the outside, which I don't know if that's messed up. I don't know. Maybe she's meant to be just really pink and really nice. So I'd be really interested to hear what you guys think. By the way, this bar does disappear at some point, and I didn't realize until after I took the screenshots for this, but I did realize that. Her home office, this is where she does all her business. I'm not really sure what business Barbie is in. Maybe she would be in the clothing industry, perhaps. Or maybe she'd be like a publicist or something. And she has a Freezer Bunny guitar because it's pink. Putting some circular rugs in. I could have made use of more of these rugs, I think, actually. When I use this house, I might put more in. And I loved that statue with the blue hat on it because the hat actually looks metallic and it just adds this sense of whimsical glam to the house. So we pop a few of those around the place as well. And I thought it was great to have in our office. Just a little bit kooky. I think Barbie's a bit kooky. But yeah, I seriously think Barbie's evil. I don't know. I just do. Like, she makes everything seem, you know what? She is like, you know, in Hansel and Gretel, how they go to that witch house that's like covered in lollies and it looks all warm and fluffy on the outside because it's lollies. So the kids are like, let's go there. And it turns out inside the witch is really bad. Well, I think Barbie's the same. She makes everything look pink and really, really pretty and fluffy, but really on the inside, she's totally evil. Yep. That's what it is. I've decided. I think some of you guys are going to think, Della, you're an awful person now. I don't know. But anyways, this is a bathroom, very pink again. I mean, it's all pink really, but I think it was important to put other colors in the house, such as nice yellows and soft blues, etc. And I was really excited to use some of those bathroom accessories because they're all, I don't really know why, but they're all pastel colors, like all the towels and the towel racks and stuff. So I've never really used them, but it was good to use them in this. This is Barbie's bedroom, and it's got a separated wall from the bed, and then right behind the bed is this area where her dresser is. So she's got a nice floor-length mirror, she's got a stool there, she wants to sit on her stool and do her makeup or whatever. And her bed, of course, had to be pink, so we went through a couple of ideas and figuring out what to put above her bed. I was like, none of these paintings fit at all, and I was struggling. But in the end, I found something I'm really excited about, and it's these neon signs. They're so perfect for above her bed because they're so... Those neon-y sign things were kind of found in the Barbie theme, I think, neon colors and lights and stuff. And she does have a unicorn teddy bear because, I don't know, I feel like she should have one. And then putting some mirrors around the room. I also think Barbie's very vain, so there are lots of mirrors around the house because she likes to look at herself. This is a pool room, and we do actually change the wallpaper on just that back wall in a second, which I think just, you know, makes it just a little bit nicer, adds a little bit more interest into it. And I just now discovered those flowers, and it's so funny because I feel like they actually look like the flowers that came with Barbie's house and stuff. Like, they look like Barbie flowers, so we put those like everywhere from now on. Doing the dining room, the dining table keeps disappearing. I don't know why, but we go with mismatched chairs, of course, and put a nice big mirror there, some lighting. I love that lamp, actually. I have no idea why I haven't used that in The Sims 4 yet. Get rid of that fireplace. It does begin to come together a lot more when we go into buy debug mode and get some nice big paintings. I didn't want to do a double offender and use the neon signs again. I think they're good for the bedroom. But these plate cupboards I think were perfect because, you know, these are the types of items that used to come with the Barbie sets or Barbie furniture. You'd have all these cupboards and little plastic plates and things, and I just felt it was really perfect using that. We created an indoor garden here. I wasn't sure. I mean, the daisies look really cute, or the sunflowers looked really cute, but in the end I'm like, you know what? Let's just go the llama because it's pretty kitsch, the house. It's meant to be very kitsch because it is a kitsch theme. It is a toy house, essentially. So we put in a llama. And we're super duper lucky that in The Sims 4 there are pink kitchen items. So perfect. So we enjoy putting those in as well. And I love this brick pattern. I think that brick pattern looks like the pattern they put on a lot of toys as well. And I was very excited about the condiment baskets with the ketchup, as you call it in America. I think you call it ketchup. In Australia, we call it tomato sauce. But the ketchup bottles, because those are things that came with Barbie as well. I remember we had like a fast food pack, my sister and I, that came with our Barbies and Teresa. And there were like little French fries and burgers and stuff. So I got pretty excited about that. This carpet was perfect, actually. I was really excited when I found the carpet. And I don't know, when you're working with a strict color scheme like Barbie, pretty much pink and white or really soft colors, Sims 4 is great for that because there's limited swatches. You just go through and you pick anything in that color and that all comes together really nicely. So I did really enjoy it doing that. There's the roses again, the Barbie flowers. I think they are so Barbie. And we also get a little tea set because, again, I think that's very, very, very much what Barbie comes with, you know, tea sets and whatnot. Those hedges looked a bit weird, so we put in these ferns. These are the ones I was saying looks really plasticky. So I really thought they were quite fitting. She's got a TV area. It's a lot of open living as well. I definitely want to renovate this house and make it not pink. I think you could make this house look really, really sleek and sophisticated. Well, as far as it goes in The Sims 4, I think you could do quite an interesting job on this. We do put another fireplace outside, and you may have noticed that was pre-planned because I placed chimneys on the roof in that area from the very beginning of the build. So when I'm building, I definitely think about what areas are going to be used for what and what kind of furniture I want to put there. So that was all sorted out early on. And we have some gardening supplies on top of that fireplace. It's kind of a blue and yellow area out there, so it's a bit of a break from the pink. We also build a little fountain area here. And something to look out to from the office with lily pads. And if she's trying to swoon some business people, I think it looks quite nice. Popping in an elephant grass sculpture thingamabob, trying to make it look pretty fancy there. So we put a few rocks around, and we're going to make use of an umbrella table, one of the items that I haven't used yet in The Sims 4, which is fun. And I did like these chairs because when they're in white and pink, they look super duper plastic, so I enjoyed that. Putting some pool decor in. We keep the pool blue. I actually really like the colors of the pools as they are in The Sims 4, so I didn't actually want to put any wallpaper on that. Just kept it as it is. I thought that was perfect for Barbie. And then her, oops, just whacked my hands. Her exercise area over here, I felt like it needed some structure to put in the equipment. I didn't want to just shove equipment there. So we use fencing to give it a bit of structure, and I don't know, I like doing little things like that. I think it works quite well. And then she's got her exercise or Pilates mats here. And then we've got a nice stereo player there so she can pump her music with a nice podium and flower on top. Perhaps her personal trainer comes over and that's where she works out. And then, of course, we have some more podiums being put around. I love the little gnomes riding on the flamingos. They're super duper cute, I thought. And then putting some top hat guys. If she's having a party, I thought that would be a pretty cool entrance to the pool area for a pool party, having those hatted men. Or hatted statues, rather. Putting in the lighting for the house, keeping it very inviting. And we do put some lights on the roof, which I think make all the difference in the roofing. I don't know why, but I think that just helps so much with the overall look of the house. Saving, of course, and I think this is when we start putting Bite-A-Bug in. You see the cheat entered in just then. And we're just going to all decor items. You can see a few things appear that you might have not seen before. Such as the crystals here. Thought some pink fancy crystals would be perfect. And then here are the paintings that you can get. Perfect colors for this. Lots of vibrant colors in those. And in the end, I liked the mirrors in the dining area. I didn't want to change those. How perfect is that painting? That pink swirly pattern. I was like, oh, hit the jackpot with that for this house. I was very excited. But make sure when you hover over the paintings, like you hover enough to check the different swatches, because there's actually different images in each of the paintings, which I think you could easily miss if you didn't have a look. Popping in just really extra things. We're going to do an outdoor area with a barbecue here, and then downstairs we're going to put in some gardening stuff, because there's a little gardening wheelbarrow and things like that I thought were just nice finishing touches. But definitely one of my favorite builds. I think just because it was so much fun to build it. I could see myself building another house, another Barbie house, maybe a smaller one or something like that. And it's kind of made me really enjoy the color pink all of a sudden. I'm usually not into pink at all, but after this, I really like the color pink. So I don't know. That's a little bit different for me. So that's the end of the build and the furnish. We're about to go into some screenshots now, so you can see the house finished there. Barbie walking into it, and lots of lovely trees and foliage around the place. You can see her entrance here, and then get an idea of looking up into the upstairs area. Her office, she's working away, bedroom with those neon lights that I love. And you know what? I think it really does look like a Barbie house. It's got a definite Barbie plasticky feel about a lot of it, so I enjoyed it so much, and I hope you guys did as well. And yeah. It's available for download if you want to get onto that. I think I used the hashtag Barbie as well, so that might make it a little bit easier to find. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening wherever you are in the world, and I look forward to speaking to you soon. Bye!